I hope everybody's doing well. I want to talk about eliminating the blank computer screen, eliminating the blank sheet of paper, and thinking about ways that one can get started. It seems to me that it's a lot easier to organize words on a page, even if they're bad, if there's words actually there, than if there's nothing on the page. And so cubing is a way to get words on the page. And so we're going to use this cubing exercise as a way to think about how to start, how to get information down about the comparison and contrast essay. Cubing has 6 parts to it. First of all, is describe it. So, whatever this topic is, whatever the issue is, what are these things? What makes it up? Compare it. In the comparison and contrast essay, I tell you that comparisons are how they are the same. Contrast is how things are different. For the purposes of cubing, what's it similar to? What does it differ from? Associated. Associations should be personal. How does the topic connect with other issues you've dealt with before? Analyze it. Analysis is breaking things down into the small parts as possible. What makes the whole? How can you use this and argue for it or against it? Explain your position. How do you support it? Or why do you oppose it? So, the description. How would you describe your expectations of Mount Marty University, of university life in general before you got here? How would you describe your feelings now that you've been here a little over a month? What are the characteristics of those feelings? Are they mostly joyful? Are they mostly depressing? Are there definitions, either connotations, which are associations? Are there dictionary definitions that you want to use that you can think about for the words you want to use? How would you clarify those expectations? How would you clarify the reality? And what are the broad parameters you have for good, bad, great, ugly? I mean, all of us have to wake up every day, whether we're university students or whether we're part time workers. What are the parameters for expectations of a high school student? What are the parameters for the realities of a college student? Descriptions. Can you describe your emotions? What they were when you first knew you were going to attend, when you first checked out the Mount Marty website. What are your emotions now? Those are things that you can all describe. And as much as possible, try to make those concrete. Try to make those words appeal to the senses. Words that you can smell, words that you can taste, words that you can touch. Step 2 is comparison. What is it similar to? What is it different from? What can you compare your expectations to? Were they like a little kid on Christmas? Were they like somebody expecting to be taken to the gallows tomorrow? I hope nobody knows what that's like for real. Nonetheless, same with the reality. And as you're dealing with these emotions and the joy or the uncertainty or whatever it is you're dealing with, what can you compare that to as well? Associate it. How does the topic connect with other issues? Does it make you think about anything on the past? I've got a word, bubble here. Do cakes make you think of breakfast or cheesecake or convenience, whatever? What other experiences created expectations like the one you've had? What other experiences have, created some emotions like the ones you've had? You'll notice that perhaps I should be a little more careful and change the summary response to comparison and contrast. Analyze it. What are the smaller parts of your emotions? Can you break them down? What were the elements of the decision? What were the mitigating factors? What's causing joy? What's causing regret? Were there considerations you should have thought about more? Were there considerations you're very glad that came in at the last minute to bring you here? What are the elements that broke it down? In class, I'm going to play this. I don't want to deal with copyright issues. This is an old commercial from Wendy's. Analysis is certainly not saying that every part is a part. And apply it. How is it used? Who uses it? How can you use it in the future? So, you've had positive experiences. How can you use that in other areas of your life outside of being a student? How can you use it today, tomorrow, and 5 years from now? Have you learned something about expectations that you can apply? Have you gained an appreciation of good things? Or have you gained tools to manage disappointment? And finally, step 6, argue for it or against it. Why was it the right decision? Why was it the wrong decision? And we're not going to be playing this video either because, again, I don't want to deal with copyright infringement. But think about how you can break things down into their smaller parts. I hope everybody has a good day, and I hope to see you all in class the next class period.